Okay, this is a quick video to show you how to insert equations into your Word document for your math assignment. Now, it's important that you're in the app for Word. This is the app, not the online version, as it's different to this video. So when you have your cursor where you actually want to type, I'm just going to change the size of the font here so that you can see it more easily. We're going to go Insert up here, so Insert. We're going to go all the way over to the symbol side, which says Equation, and just click on Equation, and notice how a box has come up here for you to type your equation in. So putting the cursor in there, I'm going to type, just put that one over there, I'm going to type area. Now, I want to say it's the area of a rectangle, so I could just have the capital A, but I want the word rectangle to be subscript. So what I do is I do a shift and then the hyphen, so you have the underscore, and then I type the word rectangle because I'm finding the area of rectangle. Now when I press space, notice how the word went down. Okay, so I've got equals, then you can have L for length, or you could write the whole thing out. Now you're coming up here, you've got all the symbols. This is also where you would find pi if you're doing a circle. Okay, and what I want is times, and then I want a capital W for width. Now, when I come out of that, this is centered. If you want it to be over here, you're in a table, for example, then all you need to do is once you have the cursor beside it and you're out of the equation, press space and it will jump over there. If you want to make any changes, you can come back in and then you can kind of delete parts of it. So you could just have area. All right, we've got our underscore and then rectangle, press space, see, it jumps down. So you can change things as you need. If you are going to then actually show the maths, you could copy all of that and then come down, paste it, and then you could just come back in and go, my width was 6 and my length was 9. And again, you can come out, come down again, and then this time you could actually just type your answer in. So that's one way to quickly do equation for your assignment. Now, one of the things we want for our assignment is this formula. So let's have a look at how that is inserted. So again, I'm just going to change the size so you can easily see it. I'm going to go back up to insert and across to equation, and then I need to type what I'm seeing there. So I've got the amount of paint. Now I don't need to have the formulas in my equation, so I'll just go equals. Now this is where it gets a little bit tricky. So I'm going to put surface, but not the whole word. Then I'm going to put a / and spreading. Now, when I press space, this is going to turn into a fraction like that. Then I can use my cursor, my arrows to come back into, and I can continue typing area to be painted, and then come down here and rate of paint, which would be given to you somewhere in your assignment. And then again, I come up here for times and then number of coats. Now, you'll notice how that's gone on to several different lines. Try to avoid this in your actual assignment. It looks messy. So the way to avoid this is to change the size of the actual equation. So coming up here and bring it down to, say, there we go, 12, and it's all on one line. You don't need to have units in a formula. They're just in there because that was part of your assignment to point out what units you should be in. Needless to say, the surface area should be painted in meters squared. That should be up high meters squared. Now, another way to insert the fraction is to go Insert, Equation. You can have your amount or whatever is equal to, and you can come up here and you see here fractions, clicking on the arrow, and you're choosing the one you want, which is the one directly above each other, as opposed to other ones you might see used for percentages and things like that. And again, you can just use your mouse to click in and start typing, okay, or you can use your arrows to move around and move to the side. If you're out and you start looking for it, that's what happens. You have to be in the equation, and once you're in the equation, so if I get in, you'll see that box around it, and you'll have the equation tab up here where you can find all of the things that you might need. Don't forget to ask your teacher if you need more help inserting equations into your assignment. And the final thing you might be interested in is the meters squared, where you have the superscript. So if we were with the equation, so we've gone insert, we've got equation, and we're writing that we had 18 square meters. Well, we need this 2 to be up high, meters squared. So one way to do it is to actually put in the little hat, which is shift and the number 6 on most keyboards, and then the number 2, because that's what's going up. And then when you press space, it will change it and put it up for you. The other way to do it is to use a script. So all of that needs to go. So you've just got your number, then you're coming up here to script. You can see e to the x there, so you click on that, and we want this first one. So click there, then we can either use our cursor to come back in and click in there, or we could use our arrows. This is where the M goes. Using an arrow to jump up here, that's where the 2 goes. So you've got those 2 ways to put in your units of meters squared there.